Frankie Montas with the New York Mets. 2 years, $34 million. So he gets 17 per, and he has an opt-out after year one. So if he thrives next season for the Mets, he can opt out and hit the free agent market again. He's 31 years old. He put together about 150 innings this past season in Cincinnati with the Reds. Then they trade him to Milwaukee. He was better with the Brewers. Thoughts on this one?
Scott Boras, God bless you. God bless you.
Good job.
Again, he didn't pitch 2 years. For almost 2 years, got $16 million from the Reds, got traded to the Brewers, did better, obviously, with Milwaukee than he did with Cincinnati, but he didn't do that much better. And not only did he get him a raise, he got him a 2-year deal at $34 million. He was, do you know what he was last year? He was 7-11 with a 4.84 ERA. Now, I know those aren't the end-all be-alls, but even his peripheral stuff isn't that great. I mean, his whip was almost 1.3. I mean, there's just numbers here that I'm just like looking at, and I'm like, man, Scott Boras, you are good, because the fact that you got him this money, I mean, look at whatever you want to look at. It's amazing to me. I know people pay off with potential, but damn, Frankie, you pitched 100 innings in like 3 years.
16 mil last year with Cincinnati.
Yeah, and then he got 17 per. I mean, damn, Scott Boras, you're good.
Yeah, so if you're looking at his StatCast page, which is what you're referring to, there are not a lot of numbers that pop off the page. It's mostly blue. It's cold. And then if you look at, say, ERA plus, because, let's keep in mind he was pitching in Cincinnati and Milwaukee. 88 with Cincinnati, 92 with Milwaukee, so it was still below average. But Kratz, the Mets hit so well on these deals last year. They nailed it with Minaya. They nailed it with Severino. So clearly this is a route that they still want to take.
And remember who's signing these deals. Not Steve Cohen. I get it. Steve Cohen's the one that's giving this man some extra money. David Stearns. Where did David Stearns come from, and who traded for a guy who is like, he's not really doing that well in Cincinnati, but I guess the Brewers want him. There's a model out there that clearly likes something that Frankie Montas is doing. And there's a track record for Stearns to say, hey, you know what? Maybe there is a value that they see in there. My thing, and AJ kind of hit on it, like, good job to you, Boras, for getting this. I wonder how much, and maybe when we get an agent on, maybe if we get Scott on again, how much is there discussions like, hey, you know what? I'm bringing this big free agent to you. What about some of my other guys? Like, is there a relationship that's built there? I'm not saying you're just doling out $34 million so that you can land, the biggest free agent on the market. I'm saying how much of that relationship, because I remember the Nats back in the day, the Nats had like 7 of their 9 starters, including like, I think 2 or 3 of their pitchers that were all Boras clients. And it's like, how much of that relationship happens and builds. And it's like, hey, we got this guy too. Oh, Frankie. 2 years, $34 million. Appreciate you.
Just listen. God bless them. I'm for every player getting every dollar they can. But man, it's just interesting that like this. He's like the one poster child for this for me. Just because he went 2 years and didn't pitch, like he didn't pitch for almost 2 years.
But then he showed pretty good health this past season.
Yeah, I get that. But again, he also showed he was a below average pitcher.
Yeah.
He had the one good start was in the playoffs where he pitched really well against the Mets. I think he pitched pretty well against the Mets.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
He's really a 2-pitch guy too. Fastball split, right?
Yeah.
He's basically a 2-pitch guy.
He started giving up more homers when he went to Milwaukee. Like, since he didn't play that bad of a park, I get it, and more homers are going to go out of the ballpark. But to me, there has to be something in the formula that David Stearns looked at, created, however it happened over Milwaukee, that he left in Milwaukee, and now you see him going to New York, where I'm assuming he took that same type of formula, helped them build the same type of formula. So there's something in that value that, the normal numbers that we look at might not hit.
Yeah, look what he's done already. Tyrone Taylor's on the Mets. Winker was on the Brewers, and that was a big bust, but he wasn't totally back yet. He was pretty damn good with the Mets. They're looking at Montas saying, hey, you guys liked what we like. Now he's 1 more year removed from the shoulder surgery.
I mean, listen, I hope he does well. We'll see. It's just interesting to me. That's it.
This holiday season, I want to give a gift to my loved ones that makes them feel special and unique. That gift is Storyworth.
Here's how it works. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved one a thought-provoking question that you get to help pick. Things like, what's the bravest thing you've ever done? And what's the farthest you've ever traveled? All your loved one needs to do is respond with a story. Long or short, it doesn't matter. After that year of fun, Storyworth compiles those stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. This is the perfect book to pass along at family gatherings or read with your kids. It is beautifully orchestrated by Storyworth, and that's why it has more than 35,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot, with millions of stories preserved since they were founded over 10 years ago.
With Storyworth, I'm giving those I love most a thoughtful, personal gift from the heart and preserving their memories and stories for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/foul and save $10 on your first purchase. That's storyworth.com/foul to save $10 on your first purchase.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.